Hey guys, I decided to do a second review after getting so many extremely nice compliments from everyone for my first review. So I'm going to try this again and maybe do a couple more if it works out. This is a review of the UDI U840 Nano. It's very nicely packaged, as you can see. It's not in a super tall box. It's in a nice little case. Displays it well, and it's one of the coolest looking quads that I've seen. Period. And that's kind of what attracted to me, was the case and the body, the styling of it. So I have a couple of nanos, a few nanos. This one's one of my favorites. Let's take a look at it here. It's in this nice box, and underneath here has the instructions. It's got USB charging cable, a full spare set of props, and it actually comes with 2 batteries. So the batteries are removable, and so if you really want long flights, you can, I think they cost maybe $1 a piece or a couple bucks a piece if you wanted to get more. They're a 100 milliamp hour battery. They take about 15 minutes to charge, and you only get about 4 minutes of flight time with them. So, you know, if you wanted to pick up some more, they're pretty inexpensive. But I love the fact that they're interchangeable, like replaceable, and it actually comes with 2. And it has the standard Nano controller. Not a big fan of these. My hands are really kind of big, and when I'm using this, it's like I don't know where to put my fingers, and I feel like I'm actually gripping it really hard when I'm flying it, like I'm putting so much pressure on it because I feel like it's so little. I'm gonna, you know, with a lot of throttle or something, I'm gonna flick it out. So not a super big fan of the Nano transmitters, but it does fit nicely in the bottom. It's got a place for it, and I do like that. I do like the packaging of this a lot. It's got a nice set of directions with it too. Here's the quad itself, and it's on this little slider here, and it holds it in. Real nice, like I said, real nice packaging. This is the quad here itself, and you can see it's just awesome looking. They have it in a variety of colors. I think they got red and black, and I can't remember, maybe a white one with a black stripe. And my favorite color is red, and that's usually what I tend to get. But the yellow looked so cool. I mean, it really does look like a little bug, and I just thought the yellow with the stripe just looked awesome with the eyes and everything. So I picked up the yellow. So I'm gonna tell you a couple of negative things about this first before I go into any positives about it, because I think starting with the negatives is better, because, you know, at the end of the review, hopefully the negatives aren't all you're thinking about. I think the biggest negative of this thing is that it's kind of fragile. The top comes off quite a bit during crashes, and I've actually this is my second one because I broke the other one, and this battery holder, the battery bay here, it's just got these it's got these points that just don't want to stay in, and I actually broke this one off too. But I got it a little, I put just a dab of super glue on this side so it holds pretty well. And I think that's the biggest negative of this thing, is that it seems real fragile. You can see the Motor mounts are pretty loose. You know, a couple good crashes into the wall and this thing just explodes. But also the feet. So you can see that it has these little blue feet. And I actually lost 2 in crashes. And I just replaced them with this little bit of foam that is actually from the Cyma X11. Inside the battery compartment of that, in the very back, is a little piece of foam that they glued in there. And if you pull that out, you can actually fit the 500 milliamp hour batteries into the X11, and they fit quite nicely. They don't really stick out. So I had that piece of foam and I just cut little pieces off of it and stuck them in there, and it actually works perfect. You can see that it's, you know, level. But other than it being a little bit fragile, I can't say too much bad about it. It looks amazing. It's so cool, and it's got the coolest set of lights on it. And I'll plug the battery in for you and show you the lights because they really are cool. Oh, the other part is the battery, getting it out and in, well, not in so much, but out is a little tricky. You kind of got to wiggle it. And you can see that as soon as I put the battery in, the top wanted to pop off there. I'll put the connection there. And it does have an on-off switch right here in the back. So I really like that too. I like the ones that have on-off switches. But you can see how bright and cool this thing is. The eyes light up extremely well. It's got the blue in the front, and it's got a double set of red in the back for the LEDs, so it's very, very visible, daylight or night flights, and the eyes just look awesome. It's just a really cool looking quad. So there's 3 rates on this: a low, medium, and a high. The yaw rate in low is painful. I mean, it's so slow. It's the first time I used it, I just had it on low indoors, and I just kept hitting a wall because it wouldn't turn for me. The yaw rate on medium is decent. It's pretty good, and that's probably what I would suggest using it on indoors. The yaw rate on high is crazy. It spins like a top. It's really, really fast. And using that indoors, especially in a small place, a little small space, is a little hard to control. And you know, that's where I lost some feet on it, is flying it out of control indoors. It's just so cool looking though when it flies, especially at night. It looks so awesome. The pitch on it is pretty decent on all rates. A little bit slow on the low rate, a little not so much on the low rates, but medium and high, this thing cooks. It goes fast. I really like it. Sometimes it has some trim issues, but the way that I fly, I rarely ever use trim. Because I just go out and start throwing it around. So especially this little one, I don't really use trim all that much in general, but it does have trim. It does have yaw trim, left and right, and the pitch trims here. And the rates change by clicking in here, and the flip is for flips it's here, and then a direction, whichever way you want to flip. I would say that I probably wouldn't recommend this for a beginner, especially if you've never flown one. It's a little twitchy, and I mean, a beginner can fly it on low rates, but I think something like an X12 or a CX10 or one of the other nanos, a little bit more stable, maybe a little bit more controllable and fun for learning on. This thing would be a little frustrating to learn on. because it's so fast. Anyway, I really like it. The design is cool, the packaging is awesome, and it flies fast. So I think that's about all I'm going to say about it. Flying Ryan did a review of this a little while back, and if I missed anything, you might want to check out one of his video on it, because he goes through, like, you know, every detail. I'm going to do a little indoor flight with it, and then maybe a little outdoor flight with it, and then I guess I'll see you guys on the next review. All right, here we go. Indoor flight of the U840 Nano. So this is low. And you can see the pitch is pretty slow on it. The yaw is extremely slow. You saw that. Painfully slow. Okay, here's medium. There's the pitch. Pretty good. There's the yaw. Pretty good. So, and here's high. You can see the pitch is, whoa, crazy. Really fast. And there's the yaw. So pretty fast. So like I said, indoors this thing gets a little crazy. That's on high rates. Like I said, the high rates indoors is a little scary because it's so fast. But it does nice tight funnels. Let's see if we can do a flip here. Pretty nice flips. Really fast indoors and out. And it's so windy out right now that I'm just gonna, whoa, the matrix to get away from that. So I'm just gonna keep it an indoor little test flight here. You can see how fast this thing is. So that shows you about everything that I wanted to show you. And thanks for watching. It's UDI U840 Nano. Pretty awesome.